Thank you, Mr. President. A big supporter of funding for the least among us, whether it's our homeless or any other group of folks that are less fortunate than the average person. I've been supportive of that, and I think my voting record is pretty consistent on that. But this is really not a homeless issue. It's a mental illness and substance addicting issue that we need to address. And I believe that a large number of the folks that we're talking about, if we had houses for them, they probably wouldn't be in it, at least not the 4 or 5 I've seen today. These are not people camping in our parks and on our sidewalks in their Eddie Bauer sleeping bag, cooking s'mores over sewer grate. These are people shooting heroin, shooting methamphetamine, urinating, defecating in a bucket outside of elementary school, in the case of a woman that Councilwoman Fowler and I kind of share back and forth. Homeless is her issue because her family put her out due to the substance abuse, due to the mental illness. They could no longer take care of her. They were enabling her. And now government has become the enabler. Government is doing what the families saw the entire ship sinking because the actions of few and turned them out. And that's what we've got on our streets. It's mental illness, substance abuse. And if we can attack that, which it's a big attack, trust me. I read a study out of California. They went to a housing first model, and it was an abysmal failure because people were going into housing still with their mental illness untreated, their drug addiction unaddressed, and they were becoming a problem there until they burned the place down, tore it up, or got thrown out because of so many neighborhood complaints. So we got to deal with the core of the issue, and just throwing money at this is not the answer. I agree it is our job to defend the least among us, the substance abused and the mentally ill. But when I raised my right hand into this job, I also swore to take up and speak on behalf of everyone else. There was 33 advocates cited that speak for these folks. One of my colleagues said, well, nobody speaks for Jane down the street who has this in her front yard. It's like, I do. That's why she elected me. It's my job to speak for Jane, who has to live down the street from this. So I'll be supporting this, and I'll be voting yes, because I'm thinking of everyone else. And we've thrown at least, $10 million of our money, if I'm right on that, went to address the homeless issue. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And that's because homelessness is really not the issue. It's something else, and we're missing that. We're missing that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Councilman.